hosting, then it's like hosting. No, didn't get DC'd, not even dropping frames. It's just weird. But whatever. Maybe I just have a ridiculously bad lag. Now I'm no longer hosting again. Crazy. I can't make up my mind what I'm doing. Lost to Dashro. QQ. I do not believe this is a keepable hand. I really don't believe this is either, but I'm going to keep this one. Oh, cool. Well, now we have no spells. Like I said, I didn't actually think this was a keepable hand. It seemed stone unplayable to me. But when you mulligan, you don't have a whole lot of options, especially in a format like this. So they have a Bloodbraid Elf and nothing. Okay. Well, the Falsies is something, but you know what I mean. So they have a Catacomb. Hey, what is up, Murph? Hope everything's going lovely. Not playing blue-green illusions. Well, we know every card in their hand except for one. Well, this seems like an easy call. Let's pop this out. Snap take that one. Ooh, Jace's Phantasm, and you don't see that one a lot. Yeah, it was at a major Canadian event, and then like 2 people 8-0'd with it last week, so we figured we'd give it a try. Cool. Look what I fault seized. What do you know? Perfects. Had to hit a discard spell, couldn't hit anything else. Why do people even play discard spells with Modo? Obviously, that's not necessarily a bug, but sure feels like it in the moment, right? Don't want the Falsies to be able to get that, so I want to go ahead and do what I can. Nice. So we somehow have to find a way. Oh. It showed me a bunch of cards there. I don't think I know any cards in their hand anymore. I'm not going to play around removal spells probably. I'm kind of like too low. Just die if they have one. I'm going to attack with just this first, just because if they have a Colligan's command, we can like discard the land and play this post-combat. Well, a lot of different draws would let us win now, depending on what they hit on these 2 draw steps. That was a blank. I think this is the only card we know. I'm not playing anything else is probably a bad sign. I guess I should have attacked with Inkmoth Nexus to play around that. Another Black Cleave Cliff. So we can take this and not be dead. If they have anything, though, we are dead. Even a Lightning Bolt kills us. Call Against Command kills us. That... We're dead. Well, we're not dead. We can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, I guess we're passing then. And hoping he bricks again. That's not bricking. That's a friggin' Liliana. Alright, so that's game. He drew a ton of lands, but like we mulliganed into basically a no spell hand, so I think this is kind of good versus them. This is basically all I want. I don't think discard spells are very good here. I think some of them are okay, but I just don't think they're great. Yeah, maybe they're great. Changed my mind. They're great. The Rancor's probably wasn't good. I don't know. Alright, we can keep this hand. It's their turn to mulligan, but we don't have a discard spell. Crusaders are pretty good in this match. Modern seems like it plays a lot faster than Standard. So he took the defense. That's not good for us. So I don't want to show them the extra card, so Hulk Smash. So Fatal Push would be annoying here. I think Fatal Push is annoying enough that I'm just going to go ahead and do this. You get punished for not playing the Inkmoth Nexus. Well, they didn't have it. We have to take the Liliana. We can't beat the Lilianas. I guess we have to take this one. Seems like we just can't beat what they're doing. Well, I mean, we can. This thing right here can just win on its own. Gives me the most options to win. And we know it's free this turn. Hey, Juka, what's up? Alright, so they hit their land. If they tap their mana, that means like a million things win. If they don't tap their mana, we have considerably more problems. Just gonna play this. Kind of forces them to do something. They can't play Liliana, this can block the Bloodbraid Elf. Fulminator Mage. Alright, so I'm just dead then, I guess. I'm not dead, I have removal spells and stuff, but you know what I'm trying to say when I say things like that. Talking hypothetically, not factually. They have double Bloodbraid Elf? Oh, that's a Colligan's command, isn't it? I can't beat any of this stuff. So Colligan's command doesn't do anything versus me, really. Buys a thing back. I guess I have to take these two. Just leaving with the Bloodbraid Elf. Nice, man. I hope you do well at it. Oh, well, he has to hit something now. What color sleeves did you use? That's important. Sleeve color matters. He's got to be able to play something. Yeah, so that's something. If I just attack with one of these, it turns it into a 3/3, which shrinks that. And my dude doesn't die unless he double blocks. First strike's fun. I don't know if he didn't understand that interaction or didn't care. That's sweet. The last PPTQ I won, I was able to get to a store championship afterwards. Sky Blue Dragon Shields. Dragon Shields are my favorite right now. I don't know if he didn't understand this interaction or not. But that's okay. He'll know now. Still just don't think I want any of these. I actually think this Falsies is a little bit better on the play. Or sorry, on the draw. I think Glistening Elves and Rancors are a little bit worse. I'm gonna take out this Rancor too. They just have so many removal you're asking to get 2 for 1. Wow, this is just another completely unplayable hand. With our fairly land-light deck. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just not willing to go to 5 cards versus the mono discard deck. I mean, I might would consider it. I don't play much Modern in general, though, so like Modern is a exceptionally rare thing for me. I think the format's dumb. No extra cards for you. No, just I'm not a fan of the format. I think the games are too lopsided and things like that. Oh, what do you know? You can kill a land. But our land didn't do anything. You should have probably waited and got a green land whenever we drew it. All the Bloodbraid Elves. We're never going to draw a green land, though. So that's fine. I won a Mox with a Illusions deck back in the day. A nice little Mox Pearl with mono blue Illusions when it was standard legal. Fetch land would be nice, because we can sack it holding priority and then Fatal Push to Mage and they get nothing. JK. Goodbye, Fatal Push. You'll be missed. Alright, we're done here. Too tilted to finish this game anymore. Unplayable game 1, unplayable game 3. We played the only game that there was, we won the only game that there was even a remote amount of interaction. Or like turns. Playing a 21 land deck. I think we've described that land. Our hand was a fine keep. Like, our hand was playable with any green land. There's 3 lands in the entire deck that doesn't produce green. So like, well, that's a lie. There's these as well, but we had one of these in our hands, so that's 6. I don't know. Maybe if only 15 land sources. I don't know. We still had to scry a draw step, then an additional draw step. So we had 3 draws to hit one. I think you have to keep that. I just don't think you can go to like 5 or 4 versus the Falsies deck and expect to win. Yeah, I saw Tarn. Tarn's pretty sweet. Or Karn's pretty sweet. I don't know why I called it Tarn. Our opponent mulliganed this game. So does that mean this is the game we win? I guess that was a mistake. I should have got an Overgrown Tomb, that way I could play an Inkmoth Nexus the following turn. JK, doesn't matter. Well, this deck has to be good versus us, right? We're also kind of flooding again. We've now drawn 5 lands. In 8 cards. No, we've drawn... That was just bad math. They didn't leave any mana up to stop the Inkmoth Nexus. Cool, another land. Those are generally my favorite things. Kind of weird. Okay. It's kind of weird that they're not using this. Wonder what that means they have. Vendalion click maybe? Can't beat that, so no reason for us to worry about that. I guess we need to keep it alive. It's our only chance to win. So any pump spell is technically enough. Should have actually attacked with this too and forced him to sack this. That was a play mistake. Missed the point of Infect because I didn't attack with this. And now it's not going to be able to block. Like, that's a really bad mistake. Well, if I cast this, I'm just dead. I have no outs. Nothing I can do here to win. JK. Alright, well, this is going horribly. Somebody told me this deck won? Something? Don't want to discard spells, I don't think. Knowing what he has doesn't seem like it matters to me. And we can look at what he has with the collective brutality anyway. Yeah, people don't like to hide information nearly enough. Now we're just not really getting to play Magic, but that's okay. This hand's the best hand we've had so far. I don't even know if it's good enough versus what he does, but it is the best hand by a lot that we've had. Birds of Paradise. Go ahead and play this. I can play double spell next turn, so like clear a blocker or whatever, and this thing is a 3/3 first strike, so he can't really play anything that beats it in combat. He can't Path of Exile it or anything. Guess he could play a pro black dude and block it, but this is the best hand we've had so far by a lot. Okay, doesn't really do much. Pretty easy attack. He can't block. Play the only relevant spell we have. Oh, we're about to get Coco'd. Guess I'll start with this. If Coco's pre-combat, it might make a way where we can attack with our bros. If all he gets is a spell queller or something here, we don't care. Don't care about that. Can't block. Don't care about that. It can't block. Go Speed Crusader. Ghost Quarters, Knights, Pride Mages, Irene Mouth Nexuses are the most useless they've ever been. Scavenging Ground doesn't do a lot. So what is in graveyards? There's currently no creatures in graveyards. Guess I'm just going to put it on this. He has a Spell Queller. We have an Abrupt Decay. Triple, double white. It's just another Coco? How do you beat double Coco? You drew nothing relevant. They whiffed, that's how you beat it. Oh, well, I guess we attack for 5. Attack with both of these. Could have attacked with these as well. I think I just missed lethal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have just attacked with everything here. Is that right? You could have put 3 in front of this. He would have still taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I just missed lethal. Huh. Miss lethal, and now I'm forced to block because I miss lethal. Yeah, Duretti saw it before I did, I think. Oh, and I screwed up again because I have this thing. I could have just won with the Abrupt Decay, and I missed it again. Oh, I'm so friggin' bad at Magic. So I had 2 different chances to win this turn, and I did not win this turn. What does that tell you about how bad I am? 2 different chances to win, did not win. Ouch. Guess I just take it. See what he can do versus all of our friends next turn. Not exactly sure what he can do. This was a bad play too? What the hell? should have just attacked with both ink moths. I would have had this left up. Alright. Have to focus. Hey, Dong, what's up? It's weird timing, I think. Okay, I guess it didn't matter. Alright, so I made a lot of bad mistakes that game. Somebody just punched me. What are you into, Dong? Dong. There's really not a lot of pump spells in this deck when I really look at it. Oh, this hand's a keep. The opponent mulliganed, but they mulliganed game 1 and they still beat us. They're on 5 this time, though. Now they're on 4. Uh-oh. Our turn to get lucky, maybe. I have to quantify it with maybe. What you gonna do when the noble hierarch runs wild on you? You're gonna play your own noble hierarch and a land. I'm gonna kill their noble hierarch. I don't know if I should really, but they're down to 2 cards. Like, I don't want them to have a land and like a Coco and be able to get back into the game. And we have 2 other removal spells for just like better creatures if they play them. Alright, sending a message. This message was actually really bad to send because now I can't use Abrupt Decay EOT. Another play mistake. We'll get used to Modern sooner or later. But these are like pretty bad, just dumb mistakes. These are not the type of mistakes reasonable humans make. If it doesn't block, I'm probably just going to do this. So I'll do it like this. He didn't block, so we did it, fam. We played atrociously, and we won a round. Alright, next plan is we're going to take our time and really, like, play a lot slower than we do when we play Standard, which may make the stream slightly more boring, but, like, we really, really want to just, like, not punt off these rounds. Especially if we're considering playing Modern more in the future, which people will have to let me know if it's something they're interested in seeing at all or not. Because I don't know what the youngins like these days. When I say youngins, I mean anything. The heck is that? Did I sell another? Sweet, I sold another. I'm rich. Alright, anyway. So far it's just looked like every game's been decided by silliness. I personally prefer Juka standard as well, Juka, but just see what the masses want. See, like all these hands just don't seem playable, but like this doesn't seem like something you can ever mulligan. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you're just supposed to snap mulligan hands like this. Like maybe they're not close to keepable. I messed up there too. I should have played Misty Rainforest, and I've already made a play mistake on turn 1. Because we already have the basic forest in our hand, so we should have held the Verdant Catacombs to give us an option to get a basic swamp if we want later. Alright. That's it. I'm actually going to think. No more goofy mistakes, Ray. So it looks like he's playing that Todd Stevens deck. And from my understanding, normal Infect Beyond beats it, but I don't know if this Infect will. Might be a chump blocker. He paid the life, so I'm guessing that means he has a Path of Exile. Which is odd to me. Only thing we can search for. They paid the life. They have to have the path, right? There's no reason to even pretend they don't. So even if they path that, we have a pretty good play for the following turn. It's just 4 either way though, so I don't think I care if they path one of them. I chose not to path. Because sometimes you gotta send messages, Murph. I guess they didn't care about their life total and they were just bluffing path. I don't know, they even tapped like the mana at the end of their turn. I don't think any of this elf crap matters. We're just gonna block whatever one they send solo with the Glistener. I feel like I can sideboard Glisteners out in this match. Just like casually send one, bro. I guess I'll block. That thing doesn't seem to me like it does anything ever, so. Putting cards in our graveyard doesn't seem bad either because of the big 6-mana thing we have. They tap that white mana again. They just keep wanting me to draw cards. Not draw cards, but you know what I'm saying. So I actually gain a point by doing it this way. You get pretty shot if they have double path, but they have double path, they just have double path. Alright, well they don't have double path. So, next. Attack you for 9. Cool. Alright, so I definitely want to get rid of these then. Not sure if I want spell bombs. Feel like all of these are arguably keepable here. I also feel like this and this is arguably keepable here. Like, I know the Lilianas and stuff aren't everything. But they have like a lot of noble hierarchs and a lot of birds of paradise and elves and stuff like that. So yeah, if he was ghosting, he doesn't cast Path there. He just waits until EOT because he doesn't die that turn. Yeah. Collective Brutality is in a similar vein, except it might be able to pull like a Coco or something out of his hand. I'm not sure I actually care about discard spells in this match. Especially on the draw. Maybe a couple of them are okay. I don't think I want spell bombs, and I don't think I want nature's claims. Ghost. Thank you for the link, Corey, but I do not think this opponent's ghosting. His play was probably worse than mine if he was. Well, we have to mulligan. I guess I keep it. I'm actually going to just keep another Fatal Push, too. we may want to attack for one. No, it's a sweet. It's sweet. Sweet video. Don't know why I said GIF, but oh, cool! A Ghost Quarter, my favorite. Well, I guess I'm just not attacking then. I'm not going to sack this Verdant Catacombs because of the double Fatal Push. Well, I would have used it before I let me untap. But that's just me. I wouldn't have given us the option. I would have just gave us the extra land. Alright, well we can technically play 3 Fatal Pushes now. Because we're the best around. Nobody's ever gonna take us down. Kind of feel like they're just gonna quarter EOT and then like untap, play Ramian app and then quarter, but oh, apparently they're playing something. An Avon friggin' mind sensor. Alright, well we don't care about that, we have Fatal Push. Don't sing serious. Gotta remember to hold control whenever we do use this Verdant Catacombs. That way we can actually get our land for sure. And you can't untap those now, so I guess that's good. Alright, cool. We get to deal some damage next turn. That's fun. Alright, so let's start by holding control, sacking this, killing this, killing this. Got our overgrown tomb. Yeah, we'll do what damage we can do this turn. Unless we draw something that we can like play that's nice. So you're a bro. You're a bro. Alright, well he's still got 4 cards in hand. And we've only done 3 Infect. So I think it's going to be really hard for us to get the last pulse of... He brought in Surgical Extraction? What? Why did he bring in Surgical Extraction? Why? Well, you now know I have a Fatal Push. What's with that Surgical? Am I wrong? Is that good? Okay, that's Ramian app. It's about to die to a Fatal Push. You're gonna let me untap into drawing vines again? I'm just attacking with this because I want that to die. I think they're a pretty strong favorite from here, but... It would hit like a stinger into a removal spell ASAP. Or not removal spell, but pump spell. I've also not drawn an infecting creature this game. Looks like if we'd waited, we could have potentially won had they not used this, but they would have just used it and bought back their thing anyway. Am I heavy breathing? I don't think I'm tired. Maybe I'm having a heart attack. It's probably pretty close to killing me. Huh. I don't think I'm doing anything different than normal. Pretty sure we can concede here. The discard spells are a little bit better on the play. So get rid of these things. Sounds much better. Top one for die. Bet 69 minutes. They're mulliganing again. Mulliganing, mulligan. I do not hear myself breathing. I'm not sure people are messing with me or not. Just gonna hold my breath the rest of the stream. I would not mind to draw another land, so I led with the swamp. That's a good one. Kinda want to kill that, but I think it's better to put the pressure in play. Turn 2 Solemnity. That'd get us. Would like to draw some lands here. They've changed their mind and decided to go to draw step 2. Alright, one time fetch land. That's almost a fetch land. I think this is fine because I don't think they can kill both of them. So I don't think I care about holding up the defense this turn. Technically, we have a theoretical 6 points that we can attack with next turn because of this. Of course, then again, I guess we could have just pendled that turn. No, we couldn't have pendled that turn. If they have 2 of them, I'm going to feel pretty foolish. Take this one. Nice. So, it's fun to be me. I only got one card left in their hand, though. My mic is on a headset that's on my head. I can't really get any further away from it than I am, which means I've never been any closer to it than I currently am either, so that's just like really odd. Like it is the exact same distance from me that it has always been. So they have a 5/5 thing. We're getting ready to jam a pro white thing. And then we're getting ready to make our pro white thing pretty. They need quite a few things to be able to block that, especially when we have the blossoming defense in our hand as well. Kind of odd that they got the windswept heath. So I guess that means they drew Coco? There's nothing pretty about a Crusader. Come on. Look at this thing. How would you not want to snuggle up to this at night? Okay, I was wrong. If they didn't have anything they wanted to play, why didn't they sack the canopy first? I don't know, there's probably lots of things I'm not telling people. So that's white, and this is pro white. Deal. Well, that worked out well. Yeah, that worked out well. Now he's reading the card to figure out what happened. You do something, I guess. Kill like birds of paradise. Yeah, reading cards is it's not the funnest thing in the world, but it's useful. Oh, that's fun too. First strike, boys. They kill my Liliana. That turns on our fatal pushes. This Phyrexian Crusader's going nuts. Am I taking 8? Didn't they float a mana, or am I just crazy? You got me. Oh God! Uh. We got. We got gotten. They get a Coco next turn? Cocos are pretty decent. It doesn't matter, but so chances they have a natural or a nature's claim. Guess we'll look at their hand and find out. Alright, so they don't and we win. Congratulations, Smurf. We're just storming over here. Boom. Yeah, I remember them having one in the sideboard, but for some reason it didn't like, it was just like over my head at the time because I don't really play a lot of Modern, but I know that's been one of Mr. Todd's favorite little cards, so. Hey, Bigaloot. Thank you for the follow. It's probably something that I should have thought about in the time. But like I said, I don't actually play Modern, so it's going to take it's going to take us a while to get used to these interactions and how Modern matches play and like what's in sideboards and stuff. Still, some of the mistakes that we're making just aren't mistakes we should be making regardless of experience. We've been making some pretty bad plays. But hopefully we'll get better. I don't know which one I want to play on turn one. I messed that up again. I should have used Polluted Deltas. That's the second time I've did that. It's pretty bad of me. Hoping to fool you, Yargle. I can sleep happy tonight. Yeah, so they're playing probably humans. If they're playing humans, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get this one on the table. I think I actually want the extra green mana as well. Guess I could be on blue-white Merfolk, but that's not particularly popular. But we have an extremely fast kill. We can actually attack for 9 next turn. Though they have meddling mages and like Kite Self Rebooters and Thalias, things of that nature, so like we could easily lose this Vines or this Rancor here. Yeah. That's my printer telling me that it wants to update. Now, I would say it was most likely humans, but that's primarily because humans is like basically the best deck in the format right now, or whatever. Maybe not exactly the best deck in the format, but like somewhere along those lines. I'm just going to hit them for a bunch with this turn. I'm just going to do the 9 to them. I think that's good enough. I don't think we can die from anything. And I don't think they can really remove it. Could be forgetting something, but I don't believe I am. Alright, we're setting in my draw step right now, so I apologize for this delay. What type of work do you do, Murph? I'm positive you've told me before, and I don't remember. I think it's most likely the best deck. Like, overall best deck, but I don't know. Yeah, we can do 9 this turn. I'm just going to do the 9 too. I can't think of a good reason not to do the 9. Maybe there's something that I'm not thinking about. This takes 2 mana to make it get to +4/+4. We have to kick it to get to +4/+4. And I don't want him to just like cast a Self Rebooter or something and take this next turn. So, like, actually, maybe that's just safer. Maybe I don't need this. Yeah, I guess I just don't need that. I should have cast False Thieves first. This is actually bad now, too, that I think about it. Because if I'd went ahead and did this, I should have went ahead and played Divines. For the fact that if he has a Reflector Mage now, like Reflector Mage plus Follia, maybe I don't even get to play Divines next turn. But I'm committed at this point. Oh, maybe you hadn't told me before. I feel like I would have remembered that. What did you just show us? There's a card. We know he had a Ziggurat and a Phantasmal Image, so we know he still has a Ziggurat and a Phantasmal Image. Yeah, he's just dead. Attack for 9 now. He can block 2 of it. Phyrexian Crusader seems great in this match. I've pressed F6 here because you can cast this on this regardless. And because it's a illusion that he gets sacrificed no matter what. But he could have put the 3 on it theoretically. But it would have mattered. He would have still taken 6. I think that's how it works. I think he still takes 6 in that situation. But like I said, we can kill the Phyrexian Crusader in this situation. We're not killing it with the Revolt clause. We're killing it with the Illusion clause. I was not. I've not gotten to watch many streams lately. I stopped in there for just a few minutes, but I didn't really get to stay very long. Actually, kind of think these are good here. I feel like all of our interaction is pretty good, especially on the draw. These are probably too slow on the draw, but something that maybe I would try on to play. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Glistening Elves versus Humans too. They just have so many little ground bros. Like, there is so many ground bros in their deck. I guess there's an argument to play any of these enchantments here. Killing Vial's pretty good, like making them play a fair game seems okay. But I don't really want to sideboard anything out. Yeah, we're just going to run this. Yeah, Izzet Static Caster can be rough, but Izzet Static Caster can't target the Crusader, and I think the Crusader is like basically our baby here. Like, The Crusader's what does the winning for us in this match, I think. I kind of want to keep this hand. We don't have any Infector, though, so like maybe that's super wrong. The hand's so good if we just draw a Crusader. I don't know enough about this deck to know if these are mulligans or not. I think I'm just going to go ahead and mulligan to be on the safe side. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the theory behind this deck already, and the reason I wanted to try this deck first off. Also, budget concerns, of course. I think blue-black mid-range is amazing. In the back of my mind, it's the best deck in the format. That being said, it's not been proven. You know, like that's just theory or conjecture or whatever you want to call it. Like it can be obviously very, very wrong. Those are the two decks I'm most comfortable playing in the format and feel like have the least bad matches, and I feel like both of them are favored versus the red deck. But like the blue-black deck's draws feel really uneven to me. The Esper Control can't beat blue-white, and it's got like medium mana in my opinion. But that's just like my opinion, man. And that doesn't mean, like I said, doesn't mean it's factual. Just go ahead and play this and hope there's no Izzet Static Caster this turn. If they are, we can save it with a Mutagenic Growth. And then like maybe try to Fatal Push it or something. Oh, look what they have. That's a Static Caster. We'll just save our bro. And hope that we draw a dual land or a fetch land. They say it is, but that's because the people playing blue-white are not running 4 Rivulet yet. When the blue-white players realize they have 4 or need to have 4 Rivulet, that match becomes unwinnable. But the blue-white players haven't realized that yet. They're playing 1 to 2. It's the same thing as like last season that everybody watched me just beat people with blue-white approach over and over and over for like the last year. Well, it's because people didn't realize that. The second people realize that, you just can't lose those matches. Well, we're going to have to get pretty lucky now. Go ahead and kill this, I guess. It's just not a common thing because people think it gets punished by the red decks too often, too much. But that's the big ticket. Once they have 4 Rivulets, like Gearhulk can't possibly win that match, and there's not enough tools for them to win with something other than that. Like what am I trying to say? Like 3 Teferis and a Scarab God's not going to win those matches. Still don't feel horrible this match. I feel like if we just draw a land, we'll win. I don't think we have a very long time to do it. But I do think that if we draw an untapped land, we probably win, and all of our lands come untapped. I don't think they should do that. I think it's too dead for too long in every game for that to be a reasonable plan. I just don't think that works versus the like 3 and 4 Essence Scatter deck that's got a bunch of Sillaways. Like I do not think that can actively work. It's not worked in my experience. I've lost 100% of them, and I've won 100% of them on the other side. My sample size isn't large, but like that's what's happened so far for me. Yeah, I have considered that, Murph. That is the one place I kind of want Crucible. Also think Crucible is really good with Search for Azcanta, because like normally when you're playing blue-white control, you never mill over a shoot, what am I trying to say? You never mill over a land because you just want every land drop you can make in the mirror. But like Search for Azcanta will let you actively put them in the graveyard if you have Crucible to like put them in play. But like that might be going too far down the old rabbit hole, as they say. Should have sacked the Horizon Canopy first in case he hit a Seachrome Coast, but him having access to 4, 5, or 6 lands is irrelevant. Alright, well, we have basically one draw step. Didn't get there. Sometimes you just lose. That is physically game. We cannot beat that now. Don't care about your hand. I have no lands. Thank you for showing me your hand. I think I'm just going to run it back. I find myself, I used to like change my sideboarding on the plane to draw quite a lot, and I find myself over the past like month and a half, 6 weeks or whatever, doing like changing my sideboarding on the player to draw like less and less and less. Just don't flip it back over ever. You can, however, get Field of Runes and like slowly mill them out at the end steps and weird stuff. Probably not remotely reasonable, just saying you physically can. You shipped me a list the other day of that, didn't you? It looked like it was playable. Well, we can't keep this hand. We can, however, keep this hand, and we actually get to start off a Fault Seize, which is kind of nice. I don't think the Crusader is fast enough on its own unless we draw like a Rancor or something at some point. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Crucible will be a lot better than I think it is. Just feel like it's like jumping through a lot of hurdles to win matches that are winnable without it. And when I play control decks, I want the least amount of win conditions humanly possible. Like I want every card to be efficient, not situational, or like as close to it as possible for the mirrors. If there's background noise, I apologize. I don't know if this website that I'm getting ready to check has noise, but I'm looking at a schedule for something. Cool, I got an hour and 20 minutes still. An hour and 20 minutes, I have to go whether the stream is over or not. Considering we're in match 3 now, or 4 now, it's probably pretty much going to be over. Unless somehow, you know, we spend 80 minutes in the final game 3 in one match. So I have to prep for my game day. Because some people are going to RPTQs this weekend. Other people are going to Grand Prix this weekend. Poor me is going to a draft game day and then a standard game day. Or store championship, whatever you want to call them. I know nothing about Dominaria draft. I just know so little about it. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to force blue-red wizards regardless of what I open or regardless if the archetype is open. Archetype is open on its own. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to force it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be miserable. By the way, Corey, I don't know if I told you, but I decided to break up that Cabal Ritual set. Just don't remember if I actually told you that or not. Are you guys going to go to Cavalier and try to play Modern? If the Modern doesn't fire, you have to back up Standard over there? Or are you guys just going to like chill in Pikeville and stuff? I think Daniel said he's going to go to the movies. I think they're going to go watch Deadpool. Or Deadpool 2 or whatever. Yeah, I thought I'd forgot to tell you because, like, I hadn't set any aside or anything, but when I checked out the price, I made more money selling them individually than a playset for some reason, which makes no sense because every sell individually requires an additional 80 cents to ship and for the PayPal fee. So, like, that's an extra 2.4, but, like, the playset was, as playsets, they were cheaper than that. It just doesn't make sense. I think you guys should go check out Cav. Blue-white sewer flyers. I mean, that's fair. But blue-red wizards, man. I saw Finkel and I saw Owen drafted at the PT. Like, I have to mimic them, of course. I will try to get my opponent's attention to see whether it's me or him. Hi, friend opponent. You have been gone for 5 minutes. Volgon, which I could be pronouncing your name wrong. I can't really answer that question as I'm not a Modern player. This is our first Modern event since, like, I think somewhere around December, but don't quote me on that date. Like, I just don't know anything about Modern. But this card right here for Exian Crusader seemed to me like it was insanely good at the moment, which is why I chose this deck to be the first deck we tried. What happened? You just well, A, you have an entire knight, but B, like, didn't you have Mardu Pyromancers already sleeved? I guess you gave your Blood Moons back to Sean. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's an issue. You just switch it to Traverse Pyromancer and not use them. You're wanting to try that deck anyway. But yeah, I understand if you guys don't want to go over there. I'm going to stick it out with the old page 3, but not super excited about the things that have gone on there lately. If I win the draft tomorrow, like, I'll let everything slide because I'm crazy. And I can't think longer than like a half a second. So our opponent might be timing out in our break-even match. What do we got here? A bunch of cards that I have no idea what are, Murph. A Time and Ice. I forgot about that card. That card is great. I think Deep Freeze is pretty darn good too, but I don't remember what it does. One of the reasons that I don't like playing drafts at our local store is, well, A, there's so many new players there, and they don't have like a person like over top of the draft to make sure like everybody only picks one card, and, like they don't accidentally put the pack in their pile, or like that they pass, or that they don't let one guy look at the cards for 5 minutes and they keep it at a brisk pace, or that we don't have an even table of 8. Sometimes we have 10, sometimes we have 11, sometimes we have 2 tables of 5. I mean, sometimes we have 1 table of 6, and that's how it shows up. But regardless of all of that, one of the main reasons that I don't like to draft at the local store is the prizes are so poor that like it's correct just to take your $2 or $3 rare, as opposed to take the correct pick and try to win. Like you would pick one dampening spears in this form, or at our store, if the rare was bulk. I mean, because it's just correct to take that $1.75. It's just better than what the prize will be most of the time. Like if you pick up $10 worth of cards or whatever throughout the course of the league, or course of the draft. Alright, so we're going to keep this one. I don't want another land. Let's start with this. They have a Mantis Rider. They have a bunch of freebooters. The freebooters do nothing. But they can block this. This and this do nothing. It's a pretty good hand against our deck. I kinda want to take the Mantis Rider, but it's probably correct to take the Thalia's Lieutenant. I think it's correct, probably, to do that. I like how now that I have this in play, I can just search up a forest with this. We'll probably get Max punished, by the way, for the not taking the cat cell. No punishment yet. So we should be able to get a cheeky point of damage through with the Pendelhaven. If we choose to. So we've solved this, 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 and this. Yeah, I just don't like that. Like, it's not fun to me. Guess I could have not played this last turn and played this, but it doesn't feel great to me in Modern. There's a heck of a lot more spells in the other format. I think I'm just going to kill this with this. Because we're going to lose this regardless. Maybe that's super bad. This attack was really bad, wasn't it? This attack was terrible. I don't want to use the Pendlehaven because I want to get the Phyrexian Crusader and play this turn. I think this is our win condition. And I think it's important that we play it the second we can. Like, I could have used the Pendlehaven and saved this, but we already know he has another Kitesail Freebooter in his hand, so we're losing this card already. And if he hits a land, he would have been able to play the Mana Strider plus the Kitesail Freebooter and be really ahead on the clock. So I, like, actively wanted... Well, that's interesting. But I actively wanted to play this on 3. I just think it was really important to play that on 3. Now we actually have a fairly reasonable set of blockers. Alright, well, we have no spells, so... I don't think this changes too much. You're still taking 3 here. You chose Fatal Push over a Pump Spell when, like, a number of Pump Spells just kill you on the following turn. I guess no Pump Spell kills you on the following turn because you can chump block this turn. So I apologize. Hope it's not too late, as they say. I really wouldn't just mind to find a Rancor here. I'm certainly going to block this. Because I don't think our things do much anyway. And I don't care if he... I don't know what his plan is here. Like, I guess his plan is to cast Is Ecstatic Caster and then, like, kill this afterwards, but... It doesn't actually feel that good to me. Because now we get to get an extra point of Infect in. Which is why that felt kind of oddish to me. We're probably going to have to draw a Pump Spell to win this race, though. Because he can kill 2 of our blockers, and he's got an attack for a 7 and an attack for a 7 with just what we know that he has. So, like, any blocker, any way to pump a point of damage, or any 1-drop, any of that stuff kills us in this spot. Unless he lets us block with the Noble Hierarch. If he's got like double Mana Strider, we just can never win in a million years. I kind of want to block here. I just do not think that he will let us attack with this Hierarch. I think it's we block with this Hierarch now, or we never get to block with this Hierarch. I know the Exalted theoretically could be good, but I just don't think he's going to let us. Right, well that's kind of what we needed. but we're still really far behind. Oh, wow, he didn't block. He didn't block. I guess he's got a second isn't static caster and the game's over. That's the only thing that makes sense to me here. Oh, pro red, you're right. Okay, I'm an idiot. I forgot that it had red. Good call. I forgot about that. I remembered that it had pro white. That's what we've been using it for all day, but I forgot I had the pro red. Wow, I am a terrible Magic player. That is something that I potentially could have messed up if I was ever in a spot that, you know, like if I was in a spot where I could have played around something, that's a game that I potentially could have threw away. Now, well, we're slowly learning this format. Very slowly learning this format. I guess we have to aggressive mulligan that hand too. Alright, we'll keep this hand. Kinda want to keep this. It's not a black mana. That doesn't help us play this. I'll keep it. It's another green deck. Is this Valakut? No, this is Ponza, right? We look like geniuses now for keeping that thing. Oh no, we don't look like geniuses. Which one of you is which? I don't remember. So you're the newly controlled. Tap you. Fire you up. Get across the table with half a smile. I guess we hope he blocks. Did not block. That's probably bad. Probably bad for us. That's a Storm Breath Dragon. That has to be bad for us. Not attacking either. I attack you with a bunch. They might just block here, but it's kind of weird that they're giving up their 5 power, bro, but what do I know? If their best play is literally Storm Breath Dragon to trade, that means their hand has to be bad, right? There's just a bunch of like Storm Breath Dragons to trade. Oh no, they hit the 6 mana, so the game's over. This has to be Titan. Oh, it's not Titan, but it's still enough to win. Shit, maybe it's not enough to win. Just like hit a green source this turn and we're probably fine. Because we can now kill Chandra. Seems to me like killing Chandra is better than just hitting them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So many things kill us if we don't kill Chandra. That's 6 points of damage. And if his hand's medium, we're in a spot to where like another green mana would win the game. Alright, that's medium. So a green source for the win. If we don't get a green source, we're probably dead. It's not a green source. On the positive note is, had we hit him for a bunch of damage last turn, we'd be dead this turn. Alright, this might be able to block and get us another turn, and we can draw like exactly basic force in that situation. You can do it exactly basic forest of a 1 in 47. Oh, no, never mind. We're dead anyway. Was it going to get there? Do I want any of my sideboard cards here? Kinda don't think I do. I don't know if I want all these pushes either. Keep wanting to bring these in versus mana producers, but I keep wanting to take these out versus everything. Oh wow, so you're saying I should have brought in Nature's Claims. It's another one of those hands that I feel like I can't keep. Like, I don't think this deck keeps hands without Infectors. Alright, we'll keep this one. Actually, I'm going to keep that too. I guess we're taking a lightning bolt. I'm hoping they don't hit a mana producer. Did they play Simian Spirit Guide? Should I have went and got a... I should have went and got a Swamp this turn no matter what, right? Because if I'd drawn a Verdant Catacombs or a Misty, I could have got a Forest next turn. Yeah, this was really bad. Yeah, this is a pretty bad play mistake. Alright, well. Ended up not mattering, but it was still a mistake. We wouldn't have had a green source this game no matter what, unless we kept our lands untapped the whole game, so we wouldn't have been able to beat the bro anyway. Almost. I'll take the Chandra. So they have 4 cards in their hand. Didn't they have 2 Blood Moons in their hand just then? Or did I just missee that? I wonder in a spot like this if I'm supposed to keep the plates, or if I'm supposed to keep the Plague Stinger back because of Blood Braid Elf. Maybe not, because they've not even showed us that they can kill the Stinger. They've got us pretty close to locked out, though. It's probably worth leaving it back now, right? Since it's just 1 turn. They have white in their deck, too? And Ghostly Prism. Do they have enough land destruction spells for Ghostly Prism to be a very good Magic card? I have to imagine that they don't. So this is 6 turns, this is like more than 6 turns, so... And by 6 turns, I mean it's less than 6 turns when we have that. What is this card? It's a Bloodbraid Elf into another Ghostly Prism. At some point we're going to lock our Moto up if he kills this Plate Stringer. Okay, well we win. And now we know how to sideboard a lot better. Alright, well they drew 1,000,000 lands, we played 1,000,000 zombies. Okay, game 3, so we're going to have to sideboard much differently, I think. And need more Zombros. Alright, so I definitely think I want my Nature's Claims in. Kind of think I want my Duress. I kind of think I even want this. Kind of think I want this. We're just going to have to be careful of how we use our green mana. Maybe we don't want these then. Maybe these aren't good enough either. Maybe these aren't actually any good. Keep bringing them in, but I don't know if they're good. They didn't seem like they had a whole lot of creatures. Hey, Guo. So if they don't have a whole lot of creatures, is Glistening Elf good? Hey, West Coast, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Kindasu, for the follow. German Gamer Attack for the follow. And Noel M. Brook SC for the follow. Makes me feel like I just got hosted, but I have no alert that's telling me that I've been hosted, so that's confusing. Makes me feel like I just got hosted. That was like a bunch of follows in a row. Huh? Doesn't look like anybody knew. I really just don't like these Glistening Elves anytime that I think my opponent can just like block with an elf. I don't really know Guo. I'm kind of a novice when it comes to Modern. It's doing a lot better, Raw Dodger, or Dogger, but like it's not 100% yet. Thank you for asking. I have 37 seconds and I'm just like sitting here tanking over this card. Alright. No, I shouldn't have got rid of the pulse. I don't know. Maybe I should have. This hand seems like a keep. It seems like a firm keep too, especially when they're on the mulligan. I kind of want to play the elf first, but because of Stone Ring, I'm going to go ahead and play this one first. And they have so much mana right now if they just have like a thing. I wanted to go ahead and play the Misty Rainforest in case they like draw a mountain and can play a Blood Sun next turn. Or Blood Moon, but like maybe that's not good enough either. All my plays are maybe just never good enough. So our opponent looks like they've gotten buried in a giant mana screw. I'll spit it out. Mana screw. I can't really block here. We had a great hand this game, which helps a lot. And they had just nothing. Which is pretty bad for them. Could just go for the kill here. But I don't think I have to. I think I can just, like, protect this. He could have Nature's Claim or something if I went for it. I could have played better, though, and Fault Seized him beforehand. So I played that turn even poorly as well. So I think the... Wait, that's just not right at all. Get out of here. I think the correct play this turn would have been just to Fault Seize and then like reevaluate options. Because if we see that he doesn't have a Nature's Claim or like some way to kill this, like we just kill him this turn, he doesn't get an untap step. So that was a pretty bad play by me. I was too busy tunnel visioning wanting to keep this and this up, but like that's just wrong. Anyway, we didn't get punished. We got a 4-1. It was a hard-fought 4-1. We lost the maximum amount of games possible to get this 4-1. But this was, you know, our first time playing Modern in 6 or 7 months with a completely new deck. We made tons of mistakes, but I feel like we learned some. And I feel like we might try this again if it's something that people are enjoying. Here's the list that we played. I don't know much whether it's good or not. Like, it's just a new format to me. It's going to take a long time to get used to it. Yeah, a lot like Vulcan said. I'm not actually sure which is better. I missed having things like Apostle's Blessing, which you can't use on like this type of card, and I missed having like access to Distortion Strike, and I missed having access to like Spell Pierce and stuff. Like I don't know if the discard and the removal was better than like the cards that blue gives you, but like this card, Phyrexian Crusader, was very, very good. Like this card's why you play this deck. I don't know if it's good enough to play this deck to get rid of, or this card to get rid of an entire color, but like it seemed reasonable, and this card right here is just a stone shit. Like it is just great. It felt so good in this format. Even we got paired versus like several Coco decks, and like they have a bunch of green creatures that can block, and just the first strike alone was just like, well, your green creatures blocking don't damn matter. Suck it, you know? Seemed really good. Yep, that seems right, but I'm not confident enough to say anything like that because, like I said, I don't actually play this format. But, you know, if it's something you guys like, make sure you drop me a Twitter message, which you can find links down below, or, like, leave a message on the YouTube video. And Modern's something we can try more of, though keep in mind, I am on, like, a pretty strict budget, so, like, we probably can't go as deep on the variety of Modern decks as we play as we could Standard. Anyway, I think we're going to host Mr. How am I Jody Keefe. God, I was brain farting on his name so hard. He's testing for the RPTQ. It's this weekend. Keep in mind, if you guys like League of Legends, that SKT play in about 45 minutes. Currently, they have not won a match this season, and they're playing versus one of the undefeated teams, Griffin. Be kind of interesting because Faker was set for the last match. Like they didn't play him; he was subbed out. So I don't know. The season looks kind of interesting. But anyway, take care, everybody, and thank you guys again so much for stopping by. I had 50 people watching me play Modern tonight, like watching me like bumble my way through Modern. So like maybe Modern's something I should play more of. But anyway, you guys don't care, and I've rambled on long enough. Talk to you all later.